All right, screw it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm live. How's everybody doing out there? Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Say like, yeah, we can hear you. I'm hearing shit. All right, great, great. Okay, did everybody catch the briefing? I'm kind of hoping everybody was, you didn't? Piss. All right. I will get right to it, kind of allowing some people to get here. There's 13. How you doing, society? Sarah? Blue? Wow, got some people showing up. Oh, nice. I wanted to throw this out that I have a very small little area here for a studio, actually in my living room, and so I'm very crowded in here. And I'm wearing I think this is Simon, because you know what? These ladies, man, just much in the same way that I am. Keep my facial hair long right here. Try not to eat duck, but whatever. Thank you. Hey, thanks, Roxy. You know what? I had a great birthday. I really did. I always do. So does Woof. And normally I have my birthday live online. However, if I may, I think that most people that have subscribed for any amount of time knows that 420 is not my birthday at all. It isn't. Sorry. I celebrate it, mind you, but not my birthday. I was born on the same day as Ben Stiller. Same year, too. He's kind of my Jewish twin. He got the great laughs. He got the comedy. He got the hot wife. I have to investigate. All right, 20 people here. Now, I'm going to cover what was said, okay? MP, hey, wow, how you doing? Yeah, 19 people. All right, this is enough to begin. I watched the briefing. Now, I'm going to cover it from my angle. You've seen it. You know what was said, provided you've seen it. This is what I saw. Kim Riley came out and started lying immediately, just like Doug Carter. Same kind of crap. Started lying. Then they come out and they say, we believe the suspect is from Delphi and is hiding in plain sight. He's from 18 to 40, but may look younger than what he really is. Yeah, I'm going to say, because you know what? I was literally, anybody watching my videos, literally, I was exactly where law enforcement right now claims to be 7 months ago. 7 months ago, I was exactly where they are now. Now though, and I think that most people know this, I've already decided who it is. I've concluded, not only on Delphi, but Evansdale, as same. The same man did it. He is 53 years old. There has been no arrest for this reason. The man's already in jail. He's already been arrested. There's been no warrant for his arrest because he's already in jail. And Sheriff Lesenby knows that. I can say Sheriff Lesenby knows that because St. Louis contacted Sheriff Lesenby, sent him a mugshot of this man. Sheriff Lesenby, of course, went to the 2 people that seen the suspect that day. Is this the man you've seen? Yeah, that's him. That's positively him. That's the man I've seen, no doubt about it. They know. They know the same as I do. But they're over there now lying. Changing the sketch to look like a young man. It doesn't even look like the same man in the first one. What happened? Did the 2 eyewitnesses change their mind on what he looks like? I mean, is that how it plays? I don't understand. I don't get it. A year and a half ago, actually a little over a year and a half ago, I went to Sheriff Lesenby and I said, why don't you release that little snippet of him taking a step and a half without audio? Why don't you do that? Well, he says to me, yeah, if this don't work out, we're talking about that maybe down the road. 2 years, 2 months later, we get what we wanted originally. Now, I thought about calling him up, man. I thought about calling him up right after I got through with that. Yeah, I know exactly who it is. Precisely who it is. And give him the dude's name. Because you want to know something? That is who did it. I stand on it. I said it maybe 2019. We'll know within 2019. Now, I'm changing my mind because they're playing us like a bunch of chumps. This dude is not from Delphi. How in the hell could they think it's from Delphi? Over 36,000 tips. You have video with the guy? You have audio with the guy? You think he's from Delphi? 36,000 tips? Delphi's only got a population of 3,500. The guy would have been known ever ago if he lived in Delphi. I'm a little upset, people. I walk around upset. It ain't just this. I'm all the time pissed off. I was trying not to cuss, and I went and used the P word. I apologize. So, what has everybody else got to think on this? You know, I heard a newscaster, after they completed the briefing, say, law enforcement said that the man is from Delphi. Is from Delphi. Not maybe from Delphi. Is from Delphi. He isn't from Delphi. Now, how can law enforcement, with all their highfalutin investigatory means that I do not have, be 7 months behind me? How is that possible? Am I that great? Maybe. I mean, I've kind of concluded that I am. I'm certainly better than Carroll County law enforcement. In fact, I should be sheriff at this point. I solved this months before they did. Months before they did. I solved it so well that Holman kicked me out and said, you're fake. You're fake. We don't want you here. We know you're going to bring up his name. Well, that shit's on hush in Delphi. You don't bring up his name. But they know he did it. If I could go to Sheriff Leslie right now and talk to him one-on-one in absolute honesty, he'd say, yeah, I know he did it. Full well he did it. We haven't got a confession, so we got to play it along, though, you see. But now they're saying he's younger. I mean, that's a big stretch from 18 to 40. From 18 to 40. Eyewitnesses couldn't make a determination if he was 18 or 40. Really? 2 of them seen him. Lady spoke with him. She couldn't make that determination. And now you're passing that on to the public to play us like idiots. No, I am not an idiot. I beg to differ, law enforcement. Done got this case nailed. Not only this, but Evansdale. Both the same. And when it comes out that I am correct, I want to hear about it from law enforcement. I want those fuckers to point at me in a fucking... Damn it, man. And apologize. They are playing us. They are. They did it the first year. They stopped me at the second year. And now they're playing it stronger. Now they're playing it right along. They're playing this to the public. He may be from Delphi. 7 months ago, I said, this guy is probably from Delphi. Until I heard that dude's name. And when I looked into him, I found conclusive evidence to say, matter of fact, this man did it. This man did that crime. And he did. And it will come out in due time. And when it does, I want to hear from law enforcement. Or I'll sue their balls to the wall. I'll sue every damn one of them. I have freedom of speech. I will say what I want. And when I am pointing at fact, you know, this is hard to do without cussing people. And I'm doing my best. I am. Because Holman does, man. Holman needs a lawsuit against him. You don't call me crap. You don't call me a liar when you know I'm telling the truth. I don't like that, fat guy. I don't like that at all. Yeah, exactly, MP. No doubt. And that's exactly what I thought of when Kim Riley got up there and started talking. Now, not at first, but as he started going into it, I'm like, yeah, that dude's lying. He's lying right there, right now. Every word coming out of his mouth right now is a lie. That's Kim Riley's job, is to lie. Just like Doug Carter. Same job. Now, I'm going to ask this. The person of which I speak that committed this crime, you know who it is. You know who I'm talking about. I am not going to say his name, but you know who I am speaking of. They got his DNA. The FBI did. Right before Christmas of 2018, Sheriff Lesenby said, we sent our DNA to the headquarters at Quantico. That's called a match, people. That's called a match. Now, why ain't they coming out with that? I mean, I'm kind of using this in the same way that Sheriff Lesenby had told me, but are they at the mercy of the lab for like months? I mean, are they just like, it was on fast track to be here within 10 days, but now it's like 7 months and we don't know. We still don't know. We think he's from Delphi and he's really young now. We changed the sketch just to really screw you guys up. We're doing what we can. God bless the public for sticking with us and showing us your support, you idiots. That's what I get out of it. That's exactly what I got out of it. Did I think it would be anything different than that last night? No. Did I when I heard this was coming out? No. I heard new direction. I thought there ain't no new direction. What kind of new direction are you going to go? What direction are you going to go to find this guy? You have full audio and you got video. They had this the full time. Now they're giving it to the public. You know what? By this time tomorrow, there'll probably be 80,000 tips. I already called mine into both of them. Will they say shit to me about it? No. Will they get back to me and go say, yeah, it was him? No, they won't. Now, when they solve this in due time, and now I'm not even thinking 2019, I think we might as well just be sitting here on our backsides for a while because guess what? They're not coming out and saying who it is. I already know, and I told you. You can believe as you want. Hey, man, I had a friend that says, like, man, there was a couple people there. It was more than one person. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. Well, that's your opinion. No, I'm looking at fact. Yeah, it was more than one person. No, it wasn't. Today, one person. It was one person. This is the person on the bridge. One person that did it. Thank you. Thanks, law enforcement. Gee, thanks for throwing my back there. It was one person. I named him. I got that in the books. In fact, I went as far as to sketch out every single piece of fact and evidence that I have on that man. Every single little piece. And I sent it to myself. Registered letter. So when the time comes, I can take that to the court and say, here, you can see the date at which it was registered. Open that up and read it. Thank you. Thanks, Lexi. Thanks a lot. 58 people here. And you know what? I really wish that I had something kind of more programmed to go on here. But right now, I'm just sitting here ad-libbing. I'm just ad-libbing, people. So if you have any questions, throw them up. If you would like to talk, send your phone number. This is important. This is what must be done. Send your phone number to email address mrkatt420 at gmail.com. Mr. Cat at or Mr. Cat420 at gmail.com. I will call you. Do it now. When you did do that, I sent my number and I'll call your ass. Man, I wish I would quit cussing. You know, it's easy when it's just me and Wolf here. Well, I cuss all day. I cuss, and cuss. And, you know, you get on video and people don't like cussing. So if you send it, let me know. All right, then. So any questions here? Do you think about, what do I think about the car? Okay, if a car was abandoned that was parked there, I mean, did they get a license plate number? I mean, they didn't really cover onto that. I mean, was there an abandoned car? Wasn't it recovered? When they known to who it belonged to? Do they have a make and model of that car? I mean, some of this would help because a lot of that, I could point to the guy that I'm telling you did it and say, yes, that's his car. That is the car that he had. So why are they doing this? Why are they playing us? Why are they continuing this? When I see this happening, when I know full better, one word comes to my mind, and you know exactly what it is: corruption. Corruption at the highest level. Right? Well, not the highest level. It isn't like governmental corruption, but it's certainly county, it's state. Something is up here. Something is amiss. Must I look deeper into it? I mean, hey, if I'm to take it in like real fact that, oh, what I'm saying, I'm just making up. I don't know anything about law enforcement. Nothing. I went through the MPs just to kill time. I mean, am I supposed to look at it like that? Like Sheriff Leslie knows more about law enforcement than me? He's an elected sheriff. He was a jailer. He's handed out parking tickets. The guy ain't crap for like law enforcement. Neither is Kim Riley. Kim Riley didn't get up there and say anything today. Nothing. They gave us the video that I asked for over a year and a half ago, and a sketch that was completely bungled, in my opinion. You know what? I could sit and draw a sketch exactly what the guy looks like. I'll take it right off the mugshot. Right off the mugshot. Here you go. Here's a sketch of the guy. Now you know. Now you know what he looks like. Do you know anybody sitting in St. Louis jail that looks like this? Here he is, right there. How do I know it's him? Ask me. How do you know it's him? Because I needed, at one time, when I was looking into this guy, I said, everything fits except for one thing. I need a close family member living in Upper Indiana or Michigan. Found both. One in Michigan, a brother. One in Fort Wayne, a brother. The route given to me on directions by Google Maps gave 2 directions to his brother's house from his place of residence at that time in Imperial, Missouri. One was the I-70 route. The other was the Hoosier Heartland route going right by Monon High Bridge Trail. That's the route he always took. He always stopped at Monon High Bridge Trail en route to his brother's. He knew the trails. That doesn't mean he had to be from Delphi. I pointed to this. I said the same thing, man, concerning Evansdale. He was going north on 380, took exit 70 to a small hiking trail. Look at the similarities between Evansdale and Delphi. Okay, both had a highway that the suspect left off of to go to a small hiking trail. In both places, 2 young girls were abducted. In both young girls were killed. And in both cases, both young girls were found by a creek. Now, the reversible dates. You got 7/13/12 and 2/13/17. Reversible. Same guy. Same MO. Everything stands identical to Delphi. Now, if you go to Evansdale and you really look into that case and you look at the FBI profile of the suspect, they said that the suspect at that time may very well have been having financial problems. Well, guess what? In Delphi, he was. He filed bankruptcy 1 month prior to. He quit his job shortly after filing bankruptcy. So why would I not think it's him? Why wouldn't I think he was en route to his brother's stop by there? It was the day he had planned. It was the reverse date of Evansdale. He was going to do that. It's him, people. It's him. Why aren't they telling you that? They don't want you to know, apparently. They don't want you to know. Now, why wouldn't they want you to know? Why wouldn't they want us to know? It's their job to find these people. It ain't my job. I'm not getting paid. I don't get a dime off of this. Apparently, people out there think I'm making money. I'm not. Ain't made a dime. Ain't made 1 dime off this case. Can tell you that right now. Not one. I was making money before this case on YouTube. You know what? I got a good mind. Wolf appreciates that. He does. So why are they not telling us? You know, what's the deal? Why are they keeping this secret? Why do they not want us to know? Why do they play it along like it's all important, which it is, that they find the guy, they know who it is, but they feed us along with fake information. That's corruption, bro. That's corruption. Now, I don't know which one is behind this doing it, but I'll find out. I'll find out. All I got to do is start investigating that. You know how my investigation works? Perfect. Perfectly. Because I got the guy where law enforcement is like, man, we don't know. We think he's 18 today, like 14, lives in Delphi. Thanks for your support and helping us. We're idiots. Don't listen to Michael Cat. He's fake, man. He's fake. Well, that's the way out. I'll start doing it like that. Oh yeah. I got a letter from him. It's probably been over a week ago. He needed some mail that he had sent here, so I got that to him. He's doing all right. I'd like to see him out by next month, but probably won't happen. Probably not. I don't know, man. It's kind of a mess for that dude. Hey, wait, whoa, what? I got 65 people here and 19 thumbs up. Are you guys kidding me? What? Do I just need to go out in the woods, man, and call this a day? Because, yeah, I don't want people watching my videos if they don't like them. If you don't like my video, why are you here? That thumbs up is important to me in Wolf. Very important. Make sure to hit that. If I was watching your video, it would have been the first thing I hit before I even said hi. Thank you, guys. It's meaningful. It is. Okay, so I hope that nobody shows up and says I'm late. I hate to have to go back and go over everything, but I really never said a lot here. Yeah, yes, Kristen. Okay, here's what you do, Kristen. I'm going to type it out in chat right here. Send me your phone number, okay, to this email address. It's got to be your phone number. I don't have a phone number. I'm calling off my computer. So if you want me to call you, send your number here and I will call you almost immediately. Do that. Send it right there, mrcat420@gmail.com. And I will go there in a couple of minutes and check and call people who have sent their number. I will be going down the list in order. So if yours is first, it's probably going to end up last. But if yours is last, I might do them in reverse order. That way, if you're first, you get first in. There you go. Send that number. Oh, thank you, Alaska Blue. $1.99. Hey, that was it. Alaska Blue, everybody. Alaska Blue is the first person to ever use Super Chat. Thank you very much. I've never actually got a Super Chat before, ever. Not one. But it goes in with the rest of money. It's got to be over 100 before you can cash in, and then they take 25%. So it'll probably be a summer when I get my $75, but I do appreciate every dime. Thank you very much, Alaska Blue. All right, heading there and go and check some phone numbers. Yep, precisely. Yes, I can. Can I say hi to me? You're Emily Super Coot in Kauai. All right. How you doing, Emily Super Coot in Kauai? Hope you're having a good day out there. Stu, all right. He's not drinking the purple Kool-Aid for one. Stu isn't drinking Kool-Aid, people. Stu leaves Kool-Aid alone. Okay, hold on. Let me go get some phone numbers. Maybe. Last time I did this, everybody's like, oh, I don't know where to send it. Send it to the email address. I don't know what email address. Don't send it. It's easy. There's an email address. There's your number. You're being called. Just like that. Just Just like that. Okay. Don Sterling wrote to me, but did not send a phone number. So no phone numbers here. None. Nobody sent me one single phone number. Why? Why would they want to be like that? All right, getting right to it here, people. All right. So let me head down to I got a copy of this. Oh shit. What the hell? All right. If that's the way it's got to be. One second, everybody. Getting right on it. Right to it here. There we go. All right. My calling now. Well, in a minute. As soon as it pops up, man, you're getting a call. All right, calling now.
What's happening, brother?
Hey, what's going on, dude? Hello?
You doing all right, man?
I am. How are you?
I can't complain at all, brother. This thing has got me reeling. What's your take on the car?
BS.
Just red herring?
More or less, just like the sketch. Yeah, they were making it seem like it was a younger guy that was from Delphi. I'm calling BS on that. I was there 7 months ago. Done went that route. The guy is not from Delphi. If he was, he would have been hit almost instantly. Within 2 weeks, he would have been nailed to the wall. Not real.
Okay, so when I quote, he says, we have probably interviewed you or one of your family. What's your take on that?
No. They never talked to the real killer yet, to my knowledge. Nope.
And what do you think? Let's get this out of the way. The guy in the video image is simply not the same guy in the new sketch. Do we agree on that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What's going on, brother?
Well, you know what? One thing, the guy had a hat on, correct?
Correct.
And the sketch was without a hat.
Correct.
They made him look younger. Now, I'm going to ask again, how could the eyewitnesses not know if he was 18 to 40? If I look at somebody, I can say, well, he was in his 20s, probably 30s, mid-30s. How could they not know that? Why would they change the sketch?
Too big a stretch.
When there was two people that seen him, how could they change the sketch to look from like one guy to a totally different younger guy?
Exactly.
No sense made there at all. So
wait, let me get this right. You're calling complete BS on the car. Is that right?
Well, not complete BS. From what I understood, they said that there was a car parked there from, you know what, and I need to go back and relook at that and rewatch that entire briefing, because as soon as that was done, I got down here to set up for the video. Right. I wanted it done by 1.
Like noon to 5 or something like that. But either way, how are you tying the car into this?
Okay. if there was a car there, I mean, was it just parked? I mean, I don't think it was abandoned where they could have got it. I mean, was it just parked there? Did they give a make and model on it at all?
I don't get a make and model. I recorded the headline news with what's his name talking, so I'll go back and I'll shoot you the details. But how hard would it be to track the car?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. And that's part of the thing that I'm getting at. If there was a car there and they had a make and model and they thought the guy was from Delphi, there's only 3,500 people living in Delphi.
Of course, in your phone.
How hard would it be to track that down? Yeah, it would not be hard.
You can use your phone to track the car.
Hell, I could do it, and I ain't even got their investigative shit. Come on.
Right. I like what you're saying. Maybe they don't have a car. They just know that there was a car parked there and abandoned during that period of time.
Well,
okay, I'll look into it in some detail.
They said abandoned, but here's the thing. If it was abandoned, then they would know the car. They would know who it belonged to. You see?
Right.
So if it was just parked there, then it could be the suspect's car. It could be. Very well could be. But why don't we have a make and model? I mean, if there was a car there and somebody would have said, well, it's a car. I don't know what color, what Ford, Chevy, who knows? I mean, what? They have no, they don't know. I mean, with that, you could nail it down. Lesenby could nail it down with that much. But
right.
That's why, again, man, I'm calling kind of crap on a lot of this. I am, because I think it's just deviating off of what they already know. It's just taking more time. That's it. They want it more time. And why they're trying to lead the investigation in a different way. I like the fact that they put the video up, but that sketch was bullshit. It was. I did not understand that sketch at all. It's trying to change it off of looking like the real suspect to me. That's exactly what it was.
Okay, so after 2 years, they gave us one more word, the word guys down the hill, and maybe there's a portion that we're not hearing, so maybe there were words in between, and they gave us 2 more seconds of footage. One, what do you think of the extra evidence? And 2, why couldn't they give that 2 years ago? Because it wouldn't seem to compromise the case to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I had kind of started off with. Over a year and a half ago, I talked to Sheriff Lesenby and asked him about that. I said, if you could just release that little portion of video without audio of him taking a step, that's what we would want. Well, if this to here don't work out, maybe we will after a while. Well, okay, now it's 2 years and 2 months later, and you do that. Well, yeah, how is that going to hurt the case off the go? I mean, if you guys were so intent on finding this man, why didn't you release that off the get-go 2 years, 2 months ago? Why wasn't that done? That makes me feel a little less for them. I'm not believing him anymore. I hate to feel that way toward law enforcement, but I'm not believing the corruption over there. I think that this is out of hand.
Well, would you agree with this statement? I think that footage would have helped 2 years ago, but I think now it doesn't help at all. Or do you think it helps?
When I looked at the photos, and I didn't beforehand. Again, I mean, when I go back to Daniel Nations, I did not see Daniel Nations in the bridge guy photos. Nothing. I didn't see Daniel Nations at all. I didn't think that he fit that bridge guy in the least. But
okay, but the extra footage of BG walking.
No, hey.
2 years ago, I don't think it helps now. Do you?
Hang on. No, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is once I came up with the suspect, the one that I've named, I can see him. I know it's him. Now, when I watched him taking that step today, mind you, he's looking down. I'm like, that's him. No doubt. So a friend of mine says, well, did you ever see him walk? Yeah, at the traffic stop, I seen him walk.
Yeah.
That's the only time we ever got to see him walk.
Yes.
So it's him. I stand on it. But this press conference today really made me feel that it's probably going to be after 2019 before they finally come out and say, Yeah, it's him. We knew it for a long time. We just fucking with it. Because I mean, what are they doing? They are straight screwing with us. The town of Delphi, surrounding community, state of Indiana, playing us along, lying. Yeah, he's still incarcerated. He's going to do life without parole. Life without parole. He's never getting out.
Do you think the new audio and the new video help?
No.
There's nothing to glean.
Well, I know who did it.
Oh, right.
Now, do I think that that's going to make a difference in what I believe? No. I think that the voice originally, when I heard the voice and compared that to my suspect, yeah, I was like, that's the closest I have seen or heard yet by a long shot. That even helped narrow it down. But to add more audio, what? One word? I mean, down the hill, wasn't that enough? I mean, that was more of a sentence rather than, yeah, down the hill. It really wasn't much of anything. And I want to note that they said that they had showed the family that this morning, meaning that the family had never seen that video, had never heard that extra audio ever.
Wow.
I point that out because everybody's all the time saying, yeah, but the family knows that. And I'm like, no, they don't. Law enforcement is not handing them anything they know. They don't know anything more than we do. Nothing.
Great point. And I know we've discussed, brother, many times, but what's your take on the DNA in this case again? And now with the call.
You know what? I don't know what to make of the DNA. I know that FBI went down to St. Louis and got the suspect's DNA. I know that right before Christmas, Sheriff Lesby said that they were sending their DNA out to Quantico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's up with that, huh? Yeah, what's up with that? Didn't it match? I mean, I didn't hear him say anything. I mean, they want us to know. We're the public. Didn't it match? Was that just BS? Is that guy cleared now? Is that what you're saying? Is the guy down in St. Louis all cleared? No, nothing like that. Nothing. Playing it along.
Well, and lastly, Mike, because I know people are writing in, and I know other people want to call. You're a former MP. Why? I see that, and I'm not sure if that's Riley that was speaking at the conference, but
yeah, it was.
He's appealing. Okay, so he's appealing to the murderer, saying, "Hey, listen, don't be a coward. Do you want your family to do?" In your opinion, as law enforcement, does that not mean they basically have nothing and they're just hoping to make this guy feel guilty and confess? I mean, I know you know who it is, but why would he be saying something like that if they had any sort of evidence? Basically, he's just appealing to the good nature of a murderer.
Yeah, well, you know what? It strikes me because if you look at any cases that are like this one, the FBI always comes out and says the identical in every case. When nothing else goes through, then they start, and they always plead, they make it sound like human. Because they try to appeal to that inner, conscious of the person to like come forward. But it's a little late when that guy's sitting in jail. And they know he's in jail. You see?
Okay. Well, listen, brother.
Yeah.
It's always good talking to you. Keep up the great work. Other people get in here.
Okay.
We'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Thank you very much, Mike. Have a good day.
All right, brother. Thanks, Mike. You too.
Okay, Roxy, you are on call. Here. The joiner. Oh, wait, maybe. What the hell? You wouldn't think it would take this long, would you? See, I got two browsers I got to open. I can't call on one, have to call on the other. But I have to go to one to get the addresses, to go on the other and gone. A little weird. But true. Very true. All right, here we go. Calling Roxy Joyner. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Really? That's BS. Calling Roxy Joyner now. Calling Roxy. Could I get Miss Joyner, please?
Hi, Kat.
Hey, how you doing, Roxy?
I'm great. So I'm going to put in something real quick.
Do it.
One of BG's legs is longer than the other.
Okay, I don't think that we know that at all.
I worked in podiatry for multiple foot surgeons for quite a few years. Watching people walk was part of my job description.
However,
that
Roxy
man has a leg discrepancy. Even with the having to struggle across the bridge, he has a leg discrepancy.
Well,
he walks harder on that left leg.
Have you ever crossed that bridge?
No, I have not.
It's a bear. You have to look down. I'm
talking about the way he walks. If you watch, he steps harder on that left leg. He's got more of a drop on the left leg than he does that right. Even if it's just a little bit, there's still a drop there.
I think that people were saying that with the photos as well, but I didn't really notice it. I really never thought that much about it. I don't think that the guy has a serious leg issue. I don't think he'd be out there crossing the bridge, but I can't say that, at 100%, but I don't know.
I'm just saying it was my experience with legs and feet. That there is most definitely a limp where he is stepping harder on that left leg than he is the right, which would indicate either he at some point had some form of leg injury on that left leg, or there is a slight leg discrepancy length, which causes him to fall for his leg to have to move longer on the left than on the right.
Yeah. Okay.
Onto the car thing.
Yeah.
Kat, there's no way that car could do anything other than a license plate, because I have it from LE in my town.
Yeah.
That you can't pull prints off of the car very easily. A friend of mine.
You can't pull what?
Stolen.
You can't pull what?
What?
What'd you say?
You can't pull fingerprints.
Oh, got you.
A friend of mine's car got stolen 2 years ago, and when we recovered it, she was asking the cops, well, why are y'all touching this? You can get fingerprints of the guys off of my keys, off of my steering wheel. And they're like, no, we really can't. The material of the car doesn't hold fingerprints very well unless they were bloody.
Well, it seems like the metal would kind of hold him fairly well. I mean, if he straight touched metal.
And there's no way he's 18. That man's older than me. You can look at the video and tell that man's 35 plus. Yeah.
No, you know what? I agree. And when they said 18 to 40, I was like, yeah, man, they're just making crap up. I mean, they got to be. Look, they got 2 witnesses. That's where they got the sketch from. Now, 2 witnesses can't say that the man was 18 to 40. I mean, they can't give a more definite than that. The lady talked to him for a couple minutes.
Exactly. And
so why would they be so wide with it?
Well, yeah, and there's a big difference between someone who looks 18 and someone who looks 40.
Exactly.
I don't care if you do have a baby face.
Well, the suspect I'm pointing at's 53. You talk about overshot.
Right?
Yeah.
I just want to know what Ellie is smoking and why aren't they sharing?
Well,
because they seem all over the place.
I can say this for Carroll County. I don't know what they're smoking, but they arrested me one time for the good stuff.
Oh, yeah, because, there's nothing else better to do than arrest someone for a fucking plant.
Watch the language. I'm trying to keep it family friendly.
Oh, pardon, sorry.
No problem. You're on the radio.
It blows my mind. It seems like they've just messed up more than they've helped today.
I agree, and that was my take of it. I thought, okay, firstly, right there, right through here, he's lying. I know that. Now it's 18 to 40 with a new sketch, which now they're saying that the old sketch, yeah, disregard that. This new sketch is the one we want you to. Well, I noticed that the new sketch doesn't look as much like the suspect that I got. Now that's called twisting the details to serve your own purpose. Now, what is that purpose? Who's behind it? What's the corruption? Why is this going on? Do they or do they not want this guy caught? If they do, why are they not coming forward? Why are they not saying? They know who it is, same as I do, they know. I got like over $1,500 laid on this case, and I am not worried about a single penny of it because I already know who did it. I already know it. I told everybody. Everybody wanted to know, and I told them. Everybody on Facebook wanted to know. I told you. Everybody. Yeah, some guy living in Delphi is who it is. He had a car there parked on 300, man. That's who you need to be looking at. No, I was looking at that 7 months ago. See, I'm the one that got the information that the guy had never committed a crime before. That was me. That wasn't anybody else. That wasn't Rafael Sanchez. That was me that got that piece of information. That piece of information was very dear to me because it helped lead me right to the suspect.
Do you think that it's just that they're incompetent from like lack of, or you think they're truly hiding something?
I do. They have to. Now, if I was looking at incompetent, I mean, come on, man, this is a murder. They don't go around solving murders. Carroll County does not have murders committed there. I mean, two in my lifetime I can think of. 2. So I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, when I talked to Sheriff Lesenby, that's what he said. He said, well, we're kind of out of our place here. We don't have this happen. Only one other time was 2 people were killed in Carroll County. And I do believe that Sheriff Lesenby at that time was a jailer at that time. I mean, this may have been before I'm not sure, but I believe he was jailing then. So them, I could say incompetent. But now when you're looking at the state of Indiana and the FBI was there for a month, man, with their van, man, headquartered back to Quantico. And I thought, man, this guy's it. Well, 2 years, 2 months later, we think he's from Delphi. I think he's 18 to 40. Here's a video and an added word. We hope it helps. It's a new direction that we're taking. No, it's the same direction you had before. There ain't nothing new about it except you did it today. That's the one thing new about it.
Very true. And it also sounds like something is taken out. Like there's this huge pause between guys and down the hill. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was listening to it on a friend that lives down the street from me here. I went down to their house to watch it because I do not own a television, nor would I. I don't watch television. Very rarely would I watch something on television. So I asked them if it was okay to come down and watch it. They're like, oh, yeah, totally. So I went down there and watched it, but their volume was down a little bit, and I couldn't really hear the beginning words. I heard down the hill, but it was that beginning part. It sounded a lot like static. And she said it was. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go on.
There was guys and then static, like enough static that it literally sounded like either they took something out or, I mean, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I'm not going to sit there and go, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go down the hill.
Right.
Guys, down the hill.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they took something out because there is a full 5-second pause almost between guys and down the hill, and you hear sound.
Sorry, I am listening to you. I was typing out this other number so I could make it quick on the dial for the next one. Okay,
it's fine. I'm gonna let you go and let you get to the next person. I'm completely with you. It seems like Ellie is just messing up more than they're helping at this point.
Well, yeah,
but I wanted to put that link in there because that was, if you watch that left leg come down, there's a slight heaviness to it. that usually indicates either he damaged that leg at some point or he was born with a leg length discrepancy, which is very normal.
Well, okay, but Roxy, you see, the thing that I'm looking at here is my suspect. Now, I know he wasn't born with anything like that because he was in the Navy and retired. If he didn't retire, he put in a lot of time. Now, I'm not saying that he could not have injured his leg after, but I have walked across that bridge. Ask anybody that walked across that bridge. You are 70 feet over the ground, and you are looking down at just straight railroad ties that you got to walk across. You have to have your face downward to step onto the rails each time, and it's a little difficult. I mean, it's not incredibly hard. Teenagers can do it. A 53-year-old can do it. I'm 53. I did it. So it's not impossible to do, but it's hard. And, because you've got to have your feet. It takes 8.5 minutes to walk across that bridge. It's way up there. It's not easy. And when you're doing it, you know what? I can tell you a person that you should talk to, Tony Gardner. Yeah, he walked across it and slipped, and I thought he needed to wipe. Because the look of panic on his face was immediate. You're way up there. And again, it could kind of cause like a step like that to happen, trying to be careful. But I'm not thinking that my guy has a bad leg injury, but I can't say that either. I don't know. I don't know it. And you very well could be correct. But, I'm just saying that there is the bridge, and the bridge kind of plays in a little bit. I'm not saying that he don't have a leg injury, but I'm just saying it is a little difficult in crossing. For sure.
All right. Well, I'll let you get to the next person. Thank you for taking your time out for me.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for calling. You have a good day. Bye.
All right. You too. Bye.
All right. You know what? I don't even know who I'm calling next. I don't even know who it is. We're going to find out. We're calling somebody. We're calling them now. And I hope it's Holman. I do. Hello? Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
So I actually believe a different theory. I actually believe the official narrative, and I think regardless of what you may believe, and I'm not disregarding that, I think we should at least take a look. I personally don't see any reason why they would lie. I can understand slip-ups, but not lying. I think the key to this is something that fascinates me is the way the officer spoke. If this guy was maybe just a random bum or some weird pedo, I don't know if he would bring up the family or not, but that's just me. Also, it sort of plays into that as well, his speech about the friends and family, how they feel, because perhaps maybe this person is connected. The girls were in sports. Maybe he was a coach or a ref or something like that. Because it seems too coincidental that this person would park at that spot, according to the narrative, and then, follow those girls, God knows how long on that trip.
Well, look. My initial thought here, if there was a car that was parked on County Road 300 up till 5 o'clock, I don't think it was there till 5. The guy was leaving there at approximately 3 and had probably left at that time, provided it was my suspect. I want to point that out. Now, if there was anybody else with the car after they had just committed a crime like that, do you think that they would have let their car sit there for 2 more hours? Or do you think that they would have taken it out there immediately with them so their car wouldn't have been found and it wouldn't have pointed back to them? You see where I'm at?
No, I definitely do think that the whole portion of the car was just kind of bizarre because he wasn't very specific in the location. I mean, not to an outsider.
Well, wait.
To an outsider.
Again, I want to point to the fact that the volume was a little low. I was listening very carefully. Did he give a make or model of that car?
I didn't hear any.
So he just said a vehicle was there.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody seen a vehicle, no color, no make, no nothing, but there was a car there from about this time until about this time, maybe somewhere through there. That's what I get out of that. Now, I'm not saying it was not his car. It very well may be his car, if that's where he parked. It could be. I would suspect if he pulled off the highway, which is what I feel, he would have parked at the normal parking place. But I don't know that. I mean, I think if he had been there before, he knew. I don't know that he would have parked on County Road 300, unless the only reason that I would have for him parking there would be that that was a more discreet location where it wouldn't have been seen in the normal parking area.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the car. That's kind of odd, but I'm actually more focused on the actual circumstances of the case rather than the video and the audio.
Okay.
Which the audio, I do believe, it does sound much younger, in my opinion, and I could actually see a pause. He could be like friendly, "Hey guys, whip out a weapon," then a second later, get down the hill.
Yeah.
But I mean, I gotta have some faith in law enforcement because they had what, like 11,000 tips.
No, sir. They have over 36,000 tips, and that was months ago.
Okay, so
the population of Delphi is 3,500. I just want to point that out. They have 10 times the amount of tips than they have population of Delphi.
I mean, I personally think that things. It's not hard to think that things fall through the crack. They could have messed up, and it could have been in fact a Delphi person. So I'm not like gonna just disregard it because hindsight, they should have found him sooner. With that said, they had thousands of leads, and this one just pans out at a random time. I think it's random. Like when I live in New England, Mara Murray, everyone was pushing that on the media to find her in the basement, and therefore they did, and they had a press conference, which made sense. This, in my opinion, doesn't make sense. I feel like they do know something. His tone, in my opinion, feels like he knows that this suspect is probably a bit closer than just some random pedo.
Well, what's your name?
Chris.
Okay, do you watch my videos?
I've actually, honestly, I've watched more of Gray Hughes. Those live.
Okay. What I would do, because it sounds to me like you're really looking into it a little bit. And I like that. And I try to steer every single person away from Facebook because it's all just BS and rumors on Facebook with nothing there ever. So what I would do, because as far as people that make videos on YouTube, there's only a couple, maybe two people that I will even watch their videos. One was here a little bit ago. And I could have asked her if it was okay to give a shout out. I watch her videos, and I watch Gray Hughes. Now, I like Gray Hughes. I like the way he does these videos. I don't think that he's much on investigation. And that's why I would like to say, go back and watch the videos, but now watch from the beginning to the end of the ones where I was talking about my suspect, because there's a lot of information there that I think that you will want to hear. But it's in multiple videos because when I'd find a new piece out, then I'd put it in the newer video. But all of that put together kind of has what I have added up on him. I think it's pretty foolproof. I got money on this. It's him. And I believe that Sheriff Lesenby knows it's him, same way I do. So why are they up there leading us in a further circle when they know? That's what makes me kind of lose my faith in law enforcement right there, because I do know law enforcement. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like law enforcement. They are against common law. I'm an American. I go by the Bill of Rights. They don't. They want land of laws. They are the enemy of freedom. I'm the good guy. They're the bad. That's how I look at law enforcement. That is me. I'm an American. I'm not programmed. I don't watch television. I don't believe it's all for our own good. I don't. I believe you initiate freedom, and if people die, they're too stupid to live. That's me. We don't save the stupid. That defeats Darwin evolution, and stupid people will just repopulate. Before long, everybody will be stupid. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? That's today. That's today. Everybody's stupid and dumbed down. They don't know crap. You can't explain it to them, sir. They know better. They know better. That's the way I see it.
So then why do you think they put this much effort in that?
I don't know, put any effort into it. I don't.
I mean, they come up with new sketches and everything, just let it go cold. I mean, there's so many cold cases out there. You know, a third homicides are unsolved. I gotta have some faith.
Well, you know what? Hey, I was with you because I said that in videos on my older channel many a time. I said I would like to believe. I would love to believe what law enforcement's saying. But there were some points that I knew that they were lying. Totally. I could point right to it and say and show, yeah, he's lying. No doubt about it. Right there, he lied. Now, why would law enforcement come out and lie? Well, that don't make any sense to me. Why would you lie to people? I mean, if you're lying, it's for a reason. You only lie for one reason, man, to make better, to do good, for yourself. That's the whole reason of lying. Nobody just says, oh, I'm going to lie just to lie. Well, there's a reason why you lie. Well, why are you lying, cops? Why are you feeding us along? Why are you changing it up? I know who did it, so do you. So why are you playing it, man? Why are you saying 18 to 40 like you don't know anything? I know you do. I know you're not stupid. I know you know more than what I know. And I can go right down there and pull that guy and say, this guy right here, he did it. There it is. So why ain't they doing that? Why don't they want it solved in the same way that me and Delphi want it solved? Why are they playing us along, man? Why are they doing that? I'd like to believe, Chris. I'd love to be a believer, but actually, I'm not seeing it. I ain't seeing it at all, dude. Mm-mm.
I don't know. I think we should I personally am going to give it some chance. I keep the faith.
Well, wait, hold on.
I disagree, but
what chance? I mean, what do you mean by chance? What they said today?
I think so. I really do.
With the car?
I'm more focused on what Ellie said. It honestly seems like how personal he was to me, and I think you should play devil's advocate. It just seemed to me it was genuine that he honestly knew that perhaps it was closer than they expected.
What was?
The suspect.
What do you mean closer than? Oh, you mean being there in Delphi?
Yeah, like he was perhaps maybe a volunteer.
No. Okay. No.
Or something.
I don't believe that at all. No. Look, they have audio and pictures, and anybody that knew anybody there that was in that search party would have said, yeah, that looks like what's his name, man. That's totally him. Did you hear the voice? That's him saying down the hill. That's how I figured that would have played out. I don't think that it was anybody that was in the search party. And again, I go back like 6-7 months ago where I was on that side that the guy may very well had walked into Delphi. Okay? Because I didn't see it in any other way. I said, the guy didn't hitchhike. I know that there was 2 people. I can name those 2 people that had stopped there at the main parking area and walked the trails that day. Now, if he was parked there at the main parking area, those 2 people would have seen his make and model of car. It would have been parked there. So my thought was when he left, since he was heading to Freedom Bridge, he kept going and walked into Delphi. That was the only thing that I could conclude. Now, law enforcement's on the side that I was 7 months ago, but they're not up to date on where I came since then. Now, I called it in on both, and I can tell you this right now. In due time, I will get that money that I wagered on this, but I will never see one dime of reward money. Why? They hand that out to who they want, and they don't like me. I do not like them, and they do not like me, and we are both happy like that. They don't want me anything on this case. They don't like me. They know I'm out telling people the real truth, and they don't want it. Like, shut up. You're not coming in. You will not say his name here. You are not Rafael Sanchez, Mr. Cat. Only he gets the first question. That's the way I see law enforcement. Bunch of backwards. Okay, I'm watching my language. You know where I was going with it.
So when do you think they're gonna solve it then? They're gonna, solve it.
Well, I had said 2019. But I'm kind of going past that now because it don't look like they're in any rush to do anything except for lead us down a stupid road. And that's what they're doing right now. Today was about leading us further down a stupid road rather than giving us anything. Again, man, I should call in and tell them, man. I should be like, yeah, I'll know that walk anywhere. I know that walk absolutely any place. And then tell them who did it.
Do you have a video that you explain why and who the suspect is?
Yeah, I do. I will type it because I'm trying not to say the guy's name. And the reason is I have over 1,000 subs, so my videos are monetized now. So I'm trying to keep it more family friendly. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to type it down in the chat box right now. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's his name. Oh, wait. Misspelled. Okay? And the video you should look for is...
A lot of people have speculated him.
No, they speculated on him after I did, sir. After me.
Oh, well, I don't know the timeline, but I think a lot of people did give it credibility, didn't they?
I did because I'm the one that came out and pointed to every point of interest on him being the suspect. And if you watch my videos, I think that you will get back on there. You will comment and you will say, yeah, you're right. He did it. No doubt about it. No doubt in my mind. No doubt.
Before I go, because like I said, I mean, that's honestly, if it was a total stranger, it's an awfully perfect storm. You explain why he would do that. Besides, he's just crazy, like how he would know those girls. Or
well, okay,
just a coincidence.
You know what? Yeah, I'm kind of glad you bring that up like that. Hold on 1 second. One real quick second. I need to do something. Real super duper quick. Let me find it. Oh, crap. No, I can't. Okay, the person with, okay, Emily Super Coot and Kauai, I think that earlier you had dropped your number here. If you could do that again, I can call you next. You're the last person. If you would drop your number down there. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just wondering why, if in that video, because I don't want to take too much time, that you discuss like how he got there, why he got there. Strange incident. Okay, then I'm going to actually go over that right here in the live. Okay.
Quick second.
And,
quick second. Okay. So here's how it played out. I'm going to run through a lot of the things that I have on him being the suspect. All right. Here's how it came down. He had committed a murder in St. Louis. Now, what he did, and the reason that I heard about it, is because when he committed that murder at a Catholic supply store, he was dressed like Bridge Guy. So I thought, okay, they had called Delphi concerning that this guy was dressed like Bridge Guy. So I went and looked at his mugshot. When I looked at his mugshot, I'm like, okay, that right there could have been taken right off the sketch. That guy right here looks identical to the sketch. So I started looking into him. I found that he had filed bankruptcy the month prior in January of 2017. He quit his job shortly after that. He had committed, he filed bankruptcy on his house and one of his vehicles. So at that time, I thought, well, if I had a close family member that lived in in Michigan or upper Indiana, that could put him through here. Well, I found that he had a brother living in Michigan and Fort Wayne, Indiana. So I went to Google Maps. I put in his location there in St. Louis and got directions to Fort Wayne, Indiana. It gave me two routes. One was I-70. The other one was the Hoosier Heartland, which goes by Monon High Bridge Trail. I think that he had always stopped at that trail en route to his brother's house in Fort Wayne. He knew that trail. Now, to back that up, he had a traffic stop where he was clearly drunk. Anybody that watched that traffic stop can see that he was clearly drunk. Now, before he went to the Catholic supply store, he was at a nightclub 2 doors down from the Catholic supply store. Smart Money says he was drinking then. And when he drinks, guess what? He does not take no from a woman. He was drinking in Evansdale. Now, what happened was he took exit 70 off from Highway 380 into Myers Lake at a small hiking trail. There was 2 bikes there. He walked the trail. He found 2 girls. They know where he found them because their purse and a soda was left where they were found. That's where the girls had left at. He got them into his vehicle, took them elsewhere, killed them. After committing the crime, killed them and left them by a creek. Now, on the very reverse date of that, because that was Friday the 13th in July of 2012. That was 7/13/12. Now, if you reverse that date, you end up with 2/17 or 2/13/17, which is the Delphi murders. Just a reverse. So why was he at Delphi? Because it was pre-planned. He was going to do that day, and he was going to wait. It didn't have to be 2 girls, but girls that age don't walk alone. They either have a friend or a parent with them. So in both cases, it was 2 girls taken, abducted, 2 girls murdered, and 2 girls' bodies found by a creek. Same exact MO. Precisely. He was there that day because he was going to commit that murder. Period. It's in the books, 1st degree. He knew he was going to commit that murder that day.
Okay. Yeah, I sort of had that in mind, but in light of this new revelation, I'm sort of just really after the whatever the hell solves it, to be honest. I don't know. Perhaps it'll be solved one day. I actually was on Good Friday. I actually prayed about it because I felt terrible, and this whole new information, I thought it was a nice sign, but I'm still keeping the faith that one in the police department will figure it out, put the truth. Regardless of what it is.
They know what it is. They know, and I say that for this reason. If I know, I don't have their investigation. They have investigation. They have the people that can look into this stuff in a way better way than I can because they have access to stuff that I do not. Now, when I can deduce this down and say, yeah, this guy did it. Now, I cannot say it 100% because I wasn't there. But what I can say is everything fits. I've studied this case for 2 years. I do not know a person that knows this case at all online like I do. No one, nobody, no one, not one single soul. And I ain't theorizing. I'm not opinionating. I'm saying this guy fits the facts and the evidence at 100%. I can show that he could have stopped there that day because he was low on money. He needed to talk to family. His brother's living in Fort Wayne. Bam, he was en route. Why? Because he was going to commit a murder that day. Where? In Delphi. He already knew. He had it planned. That's 2 cases I solved. Guess what? Law enforcement, you don't have dick here. They don't have one, man. They can't even point at Delphi and say they knew who did it. I do. This cat does. And Evansdale, and you know what? And again, Holman. I might get a little piece of that Evansdale reward money. Maybe. Hang on, man.
Hopefully they just get closure.
My electricity's flickering. Hold on a second. I don't know why it's flickering. Okay. It's got to be this cord, man. No, okay, it's good. Go ahead, man. Keep talking.
I just hope they solve it. I really do.
You know what? They will.
Really
If I go back, God, man, it's been over a month ago. I don't make videos now. I really don't. I don't make them because I said everything. I don't want to repeat myself. It seems pathetic to say repeat yourself and repeat yourself and repeat yourself. It's all out there. Everything that you want to know. Look on my videos. There it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I tend to listen to podcasts while I work. I'll definitely check it out. And if you have any other live shows, I'll definitely ask you more.
If
keep anyone.
Well, you know what? You can send me an email anytime you want. I normally kind of communicate there, like on email or get a Facebook message, something like that. I had a guy a little bit ago. He got on there and he said, "See, told you it's not him." Ha! Later, dude. Not a friend on Facebook no more. Nobody's going to call me out, man. If you're a Facebook friend of mine that wants to call me out, guess what? You're just out, man. You're gone. I don't want you. You know, you need to go stew in your own juices, man. Because when it comes out that I was right, they ain't coming and giving me no apology. They ain't going to say anything to me. Last thing they're going to do is say anything to me. A troll is a troll is a troll. And again, I ain't making videos for trolls, man. I want people to know the truth. And if I have the truth, it's coming out of my mouth right to you. Period.
Yeah, I think people just tend to get really worked up over it, and people don't want to accept that their theory was wrong. But I don't care what theory it is, just gives that poor family some closure.
Yeah, I'm with you there. The family, they need it. I mean, Delphi does, because look, this is a small town. We had 2 girls killed there at a hiking trail. And then Sheriff Lesenby's like, yeah, well, it's no big guys. It's not like concern to the public. It's not like that. Well, yeah, it is. There's a killer out there that killed 2 girls, and you don't know who it is. I think you better come off of that and be like, yeah, there's reason for concern. Don't let your kids out. They know who did it. They know exactly who did it.
Well, I guess whatever it is, we can only pray that it's given soon to the public.
Well, again, I mean, if I go back about a month ago, I was saying like, yeah, it'll be in 2019. I mean, we'll know in 2019. But now, look, we got like, what, 8 months left? We got like 8 months left. Yeah, I ain't seeing it now. They're playing this along, dude. Not only that, my suspect, they do not have a court date set for him. They don't. He's still sitting down there waiting for a court date. So it may be 2020 before we know. So I'm going to sit here. And you know what? I'll probably go back to making my older videos and just call nothing on this and just say I'm right. I stand on it. I conclude this is what happened right here. And when it comes out, people will say, yeah, he was right. But, Gray, you said it. Gray, you should have said that too. Gray Hughes is the man. And Michael Gant. That's how people feel. People are programmed to a good video. That's all they really care about. They don't care about truth. If it looks good, they're happy. They're cool with it. If the theory makes sense, probably way it happened. People don't investigate. People don't fact check. People don't do anything. They look for answers on Facebook and then they ask me stupid questions. That's what they do.
Yeah, I hear you. I'll let you get to the other callers then. I do got to get back to work.
Oh, you took off work?
No, I'm actually working right now, but I got to figure out something going on.
Because it's really cool of you to call during work time. Kind of proud of you.
Yeah.
All right, man. You have a good day, man. And
questions, but I think that I don't know, with these crazy things that are called, at least we all got to be open-minded, regardless.
Open-minded, I am open-minded because while I can say at probably 98%, I mean, there is no way that I can be at 100%. You can't look at that video and say that's him. You can't see his face. You know, it's the same with the pictures. You can't really get a clear picture of his face. The video is better. It's way better, and it shows his gait, and I like that. But the thing is it doesn't come off of who I feel it is. When I look at that, same as with the pictures, I'm like, yeah, it's him, no doubt. The voice, definitely watch the one where I did a voice comparison with the suspect to Down the Hill. I think that you'll like that because I used the traffic stop. Definitely the closest you're going to hear. In fact, off the go, I thought that the voice sounded more a little Southern, but not way Southern. I was thinking more like Kentucky, something like that. It just had like a little Southern twang to it. Well, my guy's from Missouri, probably about 100 miles west of where I was talking about. So, again, makes sense. Yeah. Oh, you're the only caller. There's only you three people that called in. So your call will wrap up calls.
Okay.
If you got another question?
No, I think that's really it. It's just, oh, actually, yeah, do you personally know the method that would you be willing to share?
What?
Well, because, again, the police said there was supposedly a gun, and, you know, from the evidence given, there was obviously no indication of one. Do you know where they shot or
he said
different?
Did he say at that briefing that they had a gun?
No, I'm talking about prior ones. People were saying that.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Well, this again, and this goes back. If you walk up to two girls on a bridge like that, okay, now you're on a hiking trail, there aren't people around. You don't want them to scream. You don't want them to run. You got to have a weapon to put them under immediate duress. A knife, they could run. They could scream. If you pull a gun, they're going to comply. That's what he wanted. He had a gun. He was also drinking. Now, when Thomas Bruce was arrested in his house, there was three handguns that he owned. One of them was with him that day. Probably the smaller one, 9mm more likely, I would speculate. I can't say that. I didn't see it. I wasn't there. But I am kind of using, law enforcement type techniques. I mean, you got two girls. They didn't scream. Well, there's a reason. They were under duress. There had to have been a weapon. So I think much as law enforcement's looking at, same as I from the very beginning said, he probably, most likely had a handgun. And
so you believe that they were, oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So you believe that was the method of murder, was a gun?
I doubt it. He didn't want to make that kind of noise to draw attention to where he was at. And I would kind of more speculate it was done, I mean, maybe knife or something like that. Because if you fire a weapon right there, like a 9mm, anybody hiking is going to be like, hey, what the hell? And head that way to see what's up. Well, he didn't want people looking at him like, oh, was you back there shooting? Or anything like that. So I don't think he wanted to shoot. I think he wanted to use it as a means of intimidation to get them off the trail and back where he wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that kind of lines up with what I've heard. Yeah, I heard it was much more horrific than people claim it is. Or not claim it is, but much more horrific than people expect.
You know, see, in Evansdale, the bodies were totally deteriorated. I mean, they were found like 6-7 months later. So there was really, I mean, there may have been a means of death that they could find if it was really horrific, if they were like beaten to death or something where bones were, crashed or something like that. But even if they were shot, they would know. But what I'm saying is it kind of takes away a little bit of the means of death. I mean, if you strangle somebody and then their body deteriorates, yeah, how are you going to know if they were strangled? You see where I'm at?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in Delphi, they do know the means of death. Now, Abby lived, I've heard, because her death date is the following day, not on the 13th, but the 14th. She had died not long before they found him. And that says to me that they were probably either cut or clubbed. because she would have had to been unconscious not to respond to the search party that night. See what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. It was, yeah, probably something that brutal.
Yeah, I'm not doubting it was brutal. I mean, if you look at what he did down there, and mind you that the guy's a Christian pastor, he walked into a Catholic supply store and did that to a woman, 3 women, like that. That is multiple personality disorder if I ever smelled it.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's got some problems, man. Also, sexually motivated.
Catholic one,
The what?
the Catholic one though, wasn't that? Oh, that had some sexual nature to it. I don't think these girls were violent in any way, as far as what the police said. Apparently,
I do. I for this reason. You don't have an older man that just goes out and kills 2 girls without a motive. There's a motive. There's always a motive. And when you're looking at an older guy killing 2 smaller girls, it's generally every time sexual. Every time. Now, right off the go, I said there's going to be DNA. There will be DNA at the crime scene. There was DNA at the crime scene. Now, Kim Riley told me at the first year press conference, he said, well, you know, it's like this man has never committed a crime. I said, you would say that he's never committed a crime? His DNA don't match in the database? He's like, well, I can't comment on that. And maybe he has committed a crime, but we can find, keywords, no trace of him. Now that says to me, because if they have your DNA, well, yeah, you committed a crime. You committed a very violent crime, a very violent sexual crime. But if they can find no trace of you and you then can say you've never committed a crime, that means that they have more than DNA. Would you not agree?
no, I would agree.
I believe that they also have fingerprints. And those fingerprints go right back to the suspect that I pointed to, 100%. And they know that. They know it. They already know it, but they're playing us along. Now, again, I heard what he said, and yeah, I'll hold it in the back of my head that, yeah, maybe it could be true, but, you know, I'm still on the side I'm doubting it. I don't think it's some 18 to 40-year-old living in Delphi. I did 7 months ago. Now, I'm fully concluded otherwise. I know better. In fact, I'll go back 7 months ago and say this. If it was a person living in Delphi with those pictures and that audio, you don't think that that person would have been arrested by now? 36,000 tips, not one person pointed him? No, I doubt it. I really doubt it. I really, really doubt it.
Mm-hmm. I will say though, if you were to entertain that, I still stand by that. I think the majority of the detail is in his speech, not necessarily the audio and the video.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like I said, so if you were to entertain that notion, if somebody was going to, I believe that I think the important tidbits were in his, the cop's speech about it, not necessarily the guy's audio and the new video. Basically what I mean is that if that theory pans out, I really believe again, I know you disagree, but if that theory does pan out, I really believe that you can read between the lines in his speech and probably find something. So if anybody was curious and looking that route, I feel like to do it that way, not necessarily the audio or video.
Yeah. Well, I have not blinded myself. Okay. I'm not on this. Well, a little bit. I'm on the side that, yes, I know who did it. Or I'm 98% positive. There's that 2% because you cannot clearly see his face. But I can point to every reason to say, yes, he did. No, he never had committed a crime. Yes, he's a sexual predator. Yes, he has a brother living there. Yes, at that time he was having financial problems. Yes, he drinks and commits murder. Yes, everything fits. But I cannot say, yeah, right there's his picture and you can clearly see it's him, because all we have is that video and the photos and you can't really see their picture. I mean, you can't see his face. It's not really that discernible. So it still stands as it was, to the fact I believe it to be him. If it turned it out to honestly be somebody between the ages of 18 and 40 that lives or lived in Delphi, I'd be a little shocked. I really would at this time. More than a little shocked. Because I don't think that it is. I really don't. But again, I mean, I'm not blinded to it, man.
Yeah, it is. That's what kind of like makes me really think, is that it's just so completely different. Yeah, I have a hard time believing that the law enforcement would do a complete 180 at that point. But again, I do believe that Thomas Bruce does have a lot of credibility as being the suspect, but I'm also willing to give this one a chance too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so bizarre. It's just so bizarre that maybe not bizarre, but it's just such a complete 180 that, I mean, you have to look at it. You have to really wonder how they got from that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. All of them. I don't trust law enforcement, man. I don't like them. I think they're evil. I treat them like they're evil. I do like an American should. Chris, it's not easy being the only American. Wait, you know what? I do want to throw that out to everybody. So listen very carefully, everybody. There is a channel, and I want to make a specific video just speaking about this channel. I found a man who speaks in my favor. 100%. The channel's name is Icons. ICONS. ICONS, yes, Icons. International Community of National Sovereigns. And that guy, when he talks about law enforcement, when he talks about government, identical to my old channel. I subbed that man's channel. That man is a hero. That man should be president. I just say that because I like the guy's channel. But if you liked my old channel, you can watch him. Guess what? You're getting the identical, right down to the comedy, man. The guy is in the same as me, man. Identically. Oh, fuck. You know what? Hang on a second. Let me get rid of this stupid bitch. God, man. Yeah, we get it, Dick. He probably knows redneck or something. He probably is redneck. Reported me? All right. Yes, I got reported. Trolls. I love them. You pedo sicko. You touch kids. You're a filthy little bastard. Are you good? I'm a troll. Oh, hey, Joe Johnson. You want me to call you? You want me to call you, Joe? Joe lives close. All right, Chris. Hey, man, I'm going to call somebody else here, man. I appreciate you calling today.
Okay, thank you. Absolutely. Hope you have a good day.
You too, man. You have a good evening.
Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now talking to Joe Johnson, at least for a moment. He lives local.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, man. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Hey, I been watching. I'm a truck driver, so I'm listening as I drive along, and I've followed you for a long time.
Cool.
I think that I think you have an excellent point about the guy. I don't want to say it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're the best.
But you know, the only thing that bothers me about that is he hasn't even been indicted yet on what he is known to have done in near St. Louis. Do you think that they're trying to maybe wait for a confession, or?
Yes.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm right there with you as far as your law enforcement stance goes. I'm right there with you.
Hey, hang on. I touched. Bring me your kids. I will touch them. God, man, fucking trolls, man. I mean, do they not fucking have a life? Don't they? Go ahead, man.
No. I was just saying that I think that you're right on with your analysis.
I will.
And the prosecutor that is in Carroll County, the newly elected prosecutor, man, he just seems so green. And I know that you know a lot of law enforcement people and prosecuting attorneys also, and he just seems like a yes man to me, that prosecutor. And I don't think that I could be wrong, but I don't think that he has ever tried a murder case ever.
Never.
And could you imagine his career if they did have a suspect or someone they thought did it, and he somehow messed up the case or whatever. And I was also talking to another gentleman this morning. Could you imagine being Rich Guy's defense attorney in Carroll County? I mean, he would be the second most hated man in Indiana at that time. So
yeah. Well,
I know. And I'm telling you, I'm like you. Everything is pointing to that gentleman that you spoke of.
Yeah.
But
you're breaking up, dude. I can't hear you.
And if you'd like to call back, I'm on a cellular phone, so I don't know if it's me or you.
It's probably on you. I'm calling off my computer.
All right, brother. Well, listen, hey, I don't want to mess up your channel if I'm breaking up.
No. You're fine now. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I also just wanted to give another analysis. You said that, they said between 18 and 40 years old.
Right.
And I'm the guy in that video, I know you can't see his face, but he just, to me, seems older than that. I don't know. I myself am 45, and he seems to have like that, overlook to me. I don't know.
He does. He's 53. That's why.
And guy's pictures at his arraignment, when he did get his hair cut, buzzed down to his head, he really does look like it. He's a little guy. You can tell he's not very big.
Yeah.
Plus, if he is a Christian pastor, I hate to say that, I don't want to.
He was.
Everybody. Yeah, but I just don't want to paint all Christian pastors with that brush. I'm just saying.
I would.
He would be good at manipulating people, as far as, if he was leading a double life, which he must have been, that, like you said, you're talking about multiple personality disorder, at very minimum psychotic.
Well,
go ahead.
Explain to me how a Christian pastor could walk into a Catholic supply store, have 3 women to blow him. One refuses. He shoots her in the head, killing her, and then sodomizes the other 2. Doesn't sound overly Christian to me.
Well, no, he's not. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Most people with a mental disorder like that are experts at hiding. That's all they do is hide.
That's why he's done.
It's like an alcoholic trying to lie or hide their drinking. They're experts at it.
Done it.
They will go down with the ship, trying to prove that, that they couldn't do this. So that's why you see a lot of teachers and a lot of, well-respected people, like the dude from Indiana here that had the young girl Olympic case where he was accused of molesting all those girls.
Right.
It was they get in a position where they can be close or trusted by young people. And that's just it's a terrible reality of it.
A Catholic father, same applies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, you get them in a position of trust or whatever. But I'm right on with you. I think whoever did this, if it's your guy or if it's someone else, I think they had a gun. I don't think they fired the gun because, gunshots. I've been through that area. I'm not like you. I didn't walk across the bridge, but I've driven through Delphi before they put the new interstate in there lots of times.
Yeah.
And, it's not hunting season at that time, or at least I don't think it is. It's February.
Yeah,
and gunshots, so they would draw attention. So I just think,
exactly.
However, whatever his means was, like you said, the one girl lived until the next day. That's that to me, speaks of severe trauma, beating, or something like that. So
yeah,
it's just a terrible thing all the way around. But you would think that they would be putting out like a public, if a killer is on the loose in that area and they think he's still there in that area, what makes them think he wouldn't strike again?
Well, you know what? That takes me back to Lesenby's comment when they ask him, like, well, is the public in danger? Well, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a bad thing to say. Because if you don't know who it is, but you do know that a man, probably local, went and killed 2 girls at a hiking trail, guess what, Delphi? There's a problem. Maybe law enforcement don't want you to know. Maybe they don't care.
I think you're right on it there, because if not, man, especially in Delphi, most people there probably don't even lock their doors, and I just think there would be a more heightened. Not that this incident didn't change the atmosphere, but I'm saying that if law enforcement thought it was an ongoing thing, I just think you would hear more about it. So
yeah, well,
the only other thing that doesn't make sense to me, and I know we've been talking about this for 2 years. If it was a friend of the family or something, somehow knew that those girls were going to the park, and maybe they were specific.
Okay, whoa, hold it. Nobody knew they were going there.
Right on. I know that you studied this a lot more than I have. I'm just throwing that out there, saying
nobody knew. If it was a teacher or anything like that, and I did check that off to go. And once I found out that the person had never committed a crime, it kind of changed what my investigation had touched, because I wasn't looking after like sexual offenders, stuff like that. People that kind of resembled Bridge Guy, and everybody hopping on Eldridge and others. Like, man, everybody and their brothers on Facebook, and every person I know on there is like absolutely stupid and just believe crap. I don't.
No good information comes from Facebook. I don't even know why people get on there and say stuff.
Because they're stupid enough to believe it. That's why. That's most of America. Bunch of idiots, people.
So you're saying that has been thoroughly gone over, and that is absolutely not an option, right?
What?
That no one knew they were going there that day.
Nobody knew they were going.
Okay, that's what I didn't know.
Well,
it
warmed up that day. All right.
Oh yeah, I remember specifically.
February 13th. It's a warm day, and she says, "Hey, why don't we go out on High Bridge Trail? Let me ask my sister. Take us out there. Yeah, I'll run you back, but your dad's gonna have to come get you at 3. Straight out there. They wasn't on there. Let me tell you, the first thing the FBI did was looked at family and the internet. If they had put anything out there on the internet, they would have got every IP address of every single person that's seen that. Every single one, they would have been investigated. I explained this to people. And you know what? Two years later, people are like, well, I could have seen it online. They could have said something. And if they did, the FBI would have arrested him. It's simple.
Absolutely.
Hang on. Wait. Hold on. Jordan, for the love of God, Dude, we get it! Thank you! I'm a baby abuser, a child abuser. I touch little girls. Look at me. I'm touching people. Now do me a favor. Take a claw hammer and go fuck yourself. Now you made me cuss, bitch. Fuck. People, trolls, idiots, children, Americans, the programmed public. I know. I wanted to get a laugh. There you go. All right. So, do you have any further questions?
No, I think that you covered everything, and listen, for everyone's sake, I do hope that you are proven to be correct about the Missouri guy, because
Where do you live?
you know I live in Plainfield,
Indiana.
Oh,
I know where Plainsfield's at. I've been there.
Yeah.
I did it. I did a month there.
Yeah, I hear your friend's down in Martinsville. Is he still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a little. I had a little extended vacation there myself, so I feel sorry for him. That's
You know what?
place to-
If I was, and I don't even think that I could. No, I know I couldn't. I could not name every jail that I've ever been in. There is no way.
Well,
I've been in countless jails in countless states over countless years.
yeah.
Many.
You just led an interesting life.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, that's all that means. I always tease people about that. I mean, you find it's been like I said, I wasn't in there very long, but I've found nicer people inside there that live out here among us. So.
Well, you see, when I seen your phone number, man, I seen 317, and I thought that used to be the area code here. Now it's 765, but Kokomo 317 back when.
Yeah, they changed all that.
Growing up, my area code was 219, 219er.
Yeah, I only had 3 in the whole state: 812, 317, 219. Now I couldn't even tell you how many.
Exactly. It used to be 219 north and 317, and then there was another at the bottom. That was back in the 70s, 80s. That's going back.
816. Yeah, 812 was at the bottom. But yeah, that's how I remember. Like I said, now there's so many who can keep up.
Right.
Well, listen, brother, I'm glad to see you've got a video out, man. I've been missing your videos, so I'm glad.
Well, I've been missing them too, but there wasn't anything to say.
Oh, I hear you, man.
I mean, if you don't have anything to say, why make a video to just discuss what you've already talked about? That's why I always told Greeno, man. It's like, dude, stop repeating the same crap. All you're doing is you're making like 5 reenactment videos. It's like, what do you know happened? There's only certain things that you know happen. Quit feeding the public crap. I am not about tabloid, man. If I'm not giving somebody what happened, I don't even piss with it. Not going to. And today is the day that I should be out looking for morel mushrooms. They're out today.
Yeah, they're up. They're up. So
can't wait.
I hope you find a bunch, brother.
Oh, I'm going to. And me and Wolf will eat them all. Every one of them.
Well, listen, I thank you a ton for the call. I really appreciate it. And keep up the good work and keep fighting a good fight.
All right. Thank you very much. And thank you for calling. And you have a good day.
All right, Mr. Cat.
Later.